what seems like such a massive undertaking in the eyes of everyone else, it's not. The requirement, something so mind blowingly simple.
Time to tell it like it is.
Why is it that white folks support anti-blackness, racism, and white supremacist culture in so many goddamn fucking ways? Why is it that we support it through our silence, our defensiveness, our denial, that code of silence? Let's not talk about it. Let's ignore it. All that fucking gymnastics, that defensiveness, the fucking anger, the passive aggressiveness, the stereotyping, the overt, covert racist, all the shit that we do, the gaslighting, all that fucking shit that we do as white people. Why can't we just leave black people the fuck alone? Why? Because we were taught that shit. It's our culture. White supremacist culture is American culture. It's European culture. We see ourselves as overseers. We ourselves as entitled to control and judge black people. White Americans wanted, back in the day, we demanded black people be segregated, right? So we segregated black people. Said, okay, great. We're going to make our own shit. They started doing great. What did we do? We fucking burned their communities down to the ground. And you gotta sit in your fucking silence? You ought to be ashamed of yourself for not giving a fuck. Every single one of you that can't talk about it, that spews fucking racist narratives, stereotypes, denial, gaslight. That's not their reality. Telling black people what the fuck they should think, feel, do, be. Fuck you. Do better. Reject your fucking training, your indoctrination. Question your own goddamn morality racially for once in your fucking life. I'm tired. I'm tired of what my people have done, what they continue to do. I'm fucking sick of it. I'm tired of seeing people suffer. I'm tired of the fucking inequality. And you ought to give a fuck too.
So, a lot of what I have to say may not align entirely with his message. A lot of what I'm going to say does relate. KKK, alt-right, white supremacists. A lot of thoughts come to mind when listening to this man say the things that he said. The fact that he's a white man makes me feel a certain way as well. I think there needs to be a whole lot more white people speaking out about things like this, about the terrorist issue that we have in this country. How many school shootings? A disturbing number of them. Louisville. Let's see. Marysville High School. What about the just mass shootings in general? It doesn't have to be high school. What about the what's it? How do you pronounce it? Uvalde. Uvalde. That Texas situation. Some of the most common ones that most people remember: Sandy Hook, Columbine, Port Arthur, Dylan Roof with the church. Holmes, I think the guy's name was, the movie theater. Jennifer something. Jennifer something. It hurts my brain trying to remember all this stuff, but sometimes I don't intentionally try to remember it just because it's so disturbing. The post office situation. Jennifer something, the white woman, the post office situation. George. God, man, and these criminals don't deserve me to remember their name, but That was a somebody George was a restaurant, a cafe situation. I think that was a good while back. Let's take it way, way back. I remember 1984, the McDonald's. That was, I think, only the second or third in this country or something like that. Back in 1984, you also had Miller. I think the name was of the guy. The 2022 Safeway situation, Wise Market 2017. Jamestown massacre. Was it Jamestown? Jamestown, something like that. Jonestown. I'm sorry, Jonestown. It might have been a Jamestown somewhere. Again, it's so many, so many of them all across. Disturbing. And I haven't even scratched the surface. That's the crazy thing about it. I haven't even scratched the surface. There's probably a whole lot of random ones that most people don't even know about. That I kind of remember. Some I think I can kind of remember some of them. Just some of the ones that really didn't get a lot of attention. Some of the rather weird ones. Little bit of attention, like the white woman who says she escaped from a cult or something like that and went on this massacre and blamed the cult. She blamed the cult for that. Whatever this cult was that she was. It's so. God, it's so many. But listen, these are situations, mass destruction, terrorist situations, just like the KKK. This is all white people. White people are terrorists in this country. Why do they not? Why why is it not far more white people understanding that, taking notice to that, feeling that, realizing, eyes open to what you are, how you are, those who are hateful, racist? Why are you not eyes open to the massive problem that you are? The number of mass shootings that have happened in this country compared to all other countries in this world, that alone is why this isn't the greatest country in the world. Let me explain for the no good ass people who are in denial of such a statement. These massacres, mass shootings, are carried out by white people. If all of those were committed by a person of another race, affecting white people the same, let's be clear, affecting white people the same, it would have been under control a long time ago. What I'm about to say is a very disturbing means of common ground between two groups of people. But specifically, white people and black people in this country, we have this one thing in common. As long as it is our own people destroying us and creating these problems for us, we won't concern ourselves enough to fight for significant change. Let me get to the nitty gritty, okay? White people and black people have the same opportunity to make history like never ever experienced before in all of human history. All white people, all of white people, all of them, they could decide to come together and immediately stop all hatred, all racism, not just saying it, but actually doing it. And that will be on every single news station around the globe. Certainly, it would. This day and time, they will go down in history. It would literally be in the history books. All black people could decide to unite with each other and stop all the gang nonsense, the senseless killings, drug use, blaming everyone else and everything else. All of us come together, unite beyond all other groups on this planet, proving ourselves the amazing people that we are. And this day and time in history will be remembered literally forever. Literally forever. These will be amazingly the greatest accomplishments of our time. Either of those two things happen, and these will be amazingly the greatest accomplishments of our time. What seems like such a massive undertaking in the eyes of everyone else It's not. It's not. And yes, I am kind of making a little bit of an assumption about what other people might think about what I'm saying right now. But what seems like such a massive undertaking in the eyes of everyone else, I'm there with it. It's not. It's not. It requires absolutely no money nor difficult physical exertion. The requirement, something so mind-blowingly simple as human beings being willing to change their mind. Subscribe to change. Subscribe to being better people.